Good afternoon. Good afternoon, everyone. This is Don. It is welcome, YouTube. It is um, Monday, November 7th at about 12:30. And we've been showing this. If you go to our YouTube site, you'll see under live trading much of this trading tick for tick. If you have we published yet? I think we did. Yeah. Yeah. Trade while you sleep. We also compressed about 12 hours of trading into just about 2 minutes. We've continued. Now, we had to put YouTube on pause because we have a person who is in his Q school, and we spent, he's on day number 16. Actually, it's 3+ weeks. He's on day 16, and we spent, a good few hours together discussing how to get set up. At this point, we've reviewed a lot of the basics. We spent 3 weeks together, and now he's bringing it all together in how to set up strategies, how to go about the back testing, how to interpret the back testing, how to do a little bit of optimization without curve fitting, and help to set expectations. And so many different things. What markets is he going to run? What leverage is he going to use? What hours is he going to run? What strategies, what inputs is he going to use? And so we laid that out and asked all the questions, and he answered those questions. And we're now dedicated, our computer resources to give him those answers this coming week. It's really been exciting and very, very good. And as we do that too, by the way, we always learn from folks that are in Q school and new. We always do. They bring a different perspective. They ask different questions, and it's just great. It's just a beautiful thing. This particular program is a beautiful little program. If by any chance you're seeing this and hearing this and you are an annual member, please do not hesitate to reach out. We will give you the specific settings, the specific program. It's been running since 7 last night. It's had a high watermark of 740 and just had to take a little bit of a loss. I think it's had one loss all night. Not trading crazy. ES has been pretty, it's back and forth and back. So, one had hours to say, that's enough for me. I'll take my $750 and quit. You certainly could have done that. It's the beautiful thing about trading and robotic trading. You don't have to stay in the casino. You don't have to stay on the golf course and, play, 54 holes in a day. Probably not a good idea. You can quit early. It's a huge advantage to do that, but we're going to continue to run. Though we are in this particular program. This program, well, we have an expectation, right, based on the back test, and we're going to collect, the trade information this week, and we're going to compare it to the back test, and we'll get what we call an efficiency report, and it'll help set our expectations on this program. And on this setup going forward, what can we expect? And if we can just do 50% of the back test, we will be very, very happy. We will share these results, as we always do, with our annual members. Why? Because they have the tools, right? So we spend all this time with, this gentleman, and it's been our pleasure. Very disciplined, very passionate, committed to getting this done. And we spend the bulk of our time. We're not like sitting side by side, like, oh, you see that moving average, and let's give it a shot. Let's go along here. Let's do that. No, that's not what we're doing, right? We're trying to share with him the concepts, our approach of how we go about trading and setting up ourselves, setting up our members, setting him up for success and trading as a business. Big, big difference. Okay. And we don't see this. We don't hear this on the Twitter sphere, right? Nothing against all those wonderful people, Peter Schiff, who's the other guy, Bianco, they're all great people, great economic students, and, but that's not trading, you know, and the Robin Hooders, and that's not trading either, you know. Yes, they're pushing paper around. Yes, they're executing trades, but they are not trading as a business. They're not. So we're happy to. And by the way, if you want to send us, if you come by and you want to send us a question in the chat function, I'm up and down. I've got to take Ted out for a pee in a moment. I can do that as long as my power doesn't go out. We're fine. We're fine. We got backups. But if you want us to plug something in, give it a look, have questions, don't hesitate. Otherwise, I'm going to sit back and enjoy. Swing Machine is doing its thing up here. 17 minutes ago, on a 1 minute interval, yes, you'd be up 225. It's on a 3 minutes, trying to get long right now. On a 5 minute, it's been short since 11:45, and that trade is fading out, and looks like they're trying to take it up. We're not trading Swing Machine right here, right now. We're trading this program, this robot on point and figure. You can see it coming up. It's not, when it goes in the trade, it will be shown up here. You'll see it in an unrealized, and then when the profit gets captured, hopefully it'll go in here. Visually, it looks like we want to bust up and clear out, but that's not what we're doing, right? We're not that. You do need to be a good, acquired, skilled, discretionary trader. Nothing wrong with that. There are days that I just want to do that too. But if you have to do that day in and day out, it gets really old after a while. So, all of our members are always working on their acquired discretionary trading. They need to. They have to have that skill, and they like to do it. I like to do it, but they don't have to do it every day. And they will use different programs, and the program can be programmed at TradeStation to put the trade in completely on its own, completely managed, and you can go in and you can scalp it if you want, or you can set the TradeStation to what they call confirmation, and you get to wave the trade off. It's kind of like, the plane's coming into the aircraft carrier, and they're like, wave them off. You're too high, you're too low. No, I don't want that one. It's a beautiful way to go. Enjoy. Hello, everyone. It's Donald. Today is November 7th. We have an election tomorrow here in the States, our midterms. We've been running since 7 o'clock last night, a little point and figure chart. We have swing machine up front, right? Up close. We always have swing machine up and running. Helps us gauge. I haven't done any scalping. Haven't done any second guessing at all. And the trades have, I can tell you, let me tell you what it has done. I can give you the specs on this. Bear with me. Oops. We'll just run a quick report. TradeStation has something called a trade manager analysis, and it's to the penny accurate on a given day, and during the week it's pretty accurate to what we actually do. Yeah, it's to the penny. It's running to the penny. So running since 7 o'clock last night. Now we did send out, if you go to our live tab, you'll see it running live. We also sent out a compressed version, 12 hours. So this morning from 7 to 7, she had a high water mark of $740. And she did have a loser in here. So overnight, or since, inception here, which is 7 o'clock last night, the profit factor is 1.91. 1.91. There have been 6 trades, 5 longs, 1 short. The percent profitable, 83.33. We've had 1 losing trade. What else would one want to know? To try to tell you, consecutive winning trades, 4. We had 1 loser. Let's see. Trading period has been 17 hours. 17 hours. Now, this is what's really, really sweet, right? Now, if you're a trader, which Rob is, how are you, Mr. Be Busy? Be Busy in the Netherlands, I think. Are you in the Netherlands? Belgium. Belgium's the Netherlands, isn't it? Never been to that part of the world. Been to Paris, been to Monte Carlo, but never got to the Netherlands, which I think I missed a lot. The market is, we've been in the market 8.85% of the time. So in 17 hours, we've only been in the market 1 hour and 30 minutes. That's pretty cool, right? That's really, really good. Hard to hit you if you're not in the market. Now we've been flat. The longest flat period, we went 6 hours and 50 minutes. That's the beautiful thing about being mechanical and robotic. Do you have the patience to sit and stare at a screen for 6 hours and 50 minutes? I don't. I'm sorry, I don't. I don't have that kind of patience. And then how do you, I mean, if it's got to be clearly defined. So, but the machine does, because it's a machine. The other trade manager analysis, average time in the trades. So they're not in there. So if folks are passing, where I was going to go with this, if folks are passing by and they're not traders, they'll look at this and say, oh man, there's nothing going on, no trading here. I'm moving on. They ain't doing nothing. They think you got to be in trading, every 2 minutes or something. No, you don't. The average time, and actually this is designed, this particular strategy is designed to run fast, but the market's not moving. And it is designed to run fast. We could actually run it slower. The average time in trade is 15 minutes. The average time between trades, I don't think I realized this because I haven't been watching it for every minute. I was sleeping. 3 hours and 24 minutes. Pretty crazy. Let's see what else we can tell you here. So this is thus far. We're going to be running this all week. That's a beautiful thing. Now, that is the trade manager analysis. What does the performance report tell us? Now, the performance report has a skew built into it. Unfortunately, because of the percent trailer. You see that percent trailer in there? It's got a percent trailer. And percent trailers, whether you're with Ninja, TradeStation, anywhere, those things have a bias to them on tick charts. It doesn't mean that you won't do as well, but they're usually a little overly optimistic. This is telling us, now it's only one segment here. The profit factor over 5 weeks is telling us, or over 5 weeks, the profit factor is 3.48. And the percent profitable is 74%. Now, quite frankly, I would take, based on what this thing has done, I would be perfectly happy if we just run what we call a 20% efficiency. If this thing just does 20% of the back test, I'd be a very happy camper. And so wouldn't probably any of our members. I think it's going to do much better than that. If it does, 50%, that'd be a beautiful thing. Just 50%. Could do the full amount, So it's a beautiful, beautiful thing. This is how we go about our trading. This is one point and figure. As Mr. Be Busy knows, Rob, we like point and figure. And we run it in various configurations. And we have tools that we use to help us tell us what size bricks to use and how we should set up our point and figure. So that's what we're running today. And we spent the better part of a few hours with one of our newest members who's in his third plus week of, it's actually his fourth week. Nice young gentleman, very disciplined, very passionate about what he's doing. And we spent a few hours together just reviewing, making the decisions that he will need to make in terms of running strategies. What markets is he going to run? What kind of leverage is he going to run? What hours is he going to run? 1 hour, 2 hour, 4 hours? What days is he going to run? What chart does he want to run? And then we have to help in the beginning. He'll ultimately be there. What strategy might be best? And what we actually discovered, I chose this from over the weekend to run. He actually discovered an alternate strategy, and we're going to run that. But in his time frame, he wants to trade because he's in Europe actually, and he wants to run from 4 a.m. to 6 a.m. Eastern New York time. And we discovered as we did this a better strategy than this one, we believe. And so as we don't intrude on this one, we're going to run 5 micros on his configuration. And we're also running the oil contract and the Russell contract. They will all start trading automatically at 4 a.m. and they will all shut down at 6 a.m. So that's what we're up to. If you got any questions, let me go back to the analytic page on YouTube. Yep, you're very welcome, Rob. So we're Beautiful day here right now in Tampa. We got a beautiful breeze, beautiful sunny, although I think middle of the week, we're gonna be getting a lot more rain, unfortunately. Um, but this is we're coming into our primo time of the year. Beautiful. It's about low 80s, bright blue skies, sunny, beautiful Ted weather, cools off at night. Beautiful. We just come in and do our thing. Now, and so we're running this, right? And so you had ample, we were at 740, right? And we're at 448. As a trader, as a mechanical trader, there's nothing wrong with scalping. There's nothing wrong with making a decision to disable the strategy. You can do that. You could stop, and we're not going to on this one though, because the performance looks so good to us. We're gonna really push the envelope with this one. We'll try to keep you posted. We won't be able to show constantly on YouTube, but in fact, I was supposed to restart the video. Maybe I should do that. So we've been recording this. Let me, so we can compress the result. I guess we have it live on YouTube, but so you're going to see we got a product that will copy the screen. If you're watching this on YouTube, you might want to set it in high def, or the highest def you can get, which isn't high def, but it's better than 340. And so we're going to, here it gets dark there, and we're going to copy this or tape it. And then what we do is we compress hours of continuous trading to just a couple of minutes. I don't want to knock anybody, but I do see on the Twitter sphere, some of these folks, and they'll post something, which is fine. We do as well. We try to do things though, like in advance, right? We try to timestamp. We've done some really wonderful market calls using point and figure in particular, and we try to timestamp it. But this idea of going back, a particular thing, I don't know how they got on my stream, but they're saying, oh yeah, no, we trade Microsoft back on October 3rd from, for 45 minutes, and we got a profit factor of 12. And I'm like, wait a minute. I mean, we try to show you, we're doing it live. So, I mean, anybody can, even any strategy can have a good day, bad day, but going back, weeks ago and saying that something ran for, 35 or 40 minutes and, had a profit factor of such, I don't know, something a little weird about that to me. Profit factors will definitely vary. If I'm trading from, a discretionary point of view, I'm visually trading. I have to be able to do that. All of our members have to do that. They all do. They're all very good at it. And we got to stay up on that. There are days that I will come in and I will want to visually trade, although today seems like a pretty nasty day to do it. But I don't know. I've had pretty much this view, but doesn't look like it's done much. And what was I going to say? You want to have good acquired discretionary trading skill, and but to have to do it, day in and day out gets really old, so. I see what you got there, Rob. Yeah, we'll take a peek at it. As long as you're getting it done, as long as you're getting your profit factor, with whatever it is you're doing. You want to keep doing what you're doing, keep repeating what's working, stop what isn't. And programs will come in and out of favor. So that was one of the things we were cautioning one of our newest members here this morning was don't, if you do a back test, and how to back test, and what it shows, how to interpret it, how to understand it, how to do a little optimization, then how to measure it. Yeah, no, I'm not going to do that right now, Rob. I appreciate it. But I can certainly take a peek. Um, we but we strongly encourage you want to have a basket. It's kind of like being a coach, or if you're a soccer coach or a football coach, you just if you're expecting to run the same play, you know, every day for years or something, I think that might be a bit of a stretch. So we have, quite a selection of strategies that can, just even on point and figure, I'm running this one here, and then he's going to be running a different one between 4 and 6 tomorrow. So you want to be able to have a selection. But if you have any questions on what it is you're seeing, what we're doing now, we can do, Swing Machine can, and these tools we can use with stocks. It's not just futures, right? We can do it with stocks, and therefore, if we can do it with stocks, we can do it with options as well. You want to be able to control the things that you can control, and we want to force the market. And I think our position is we want the market to pitch to us. We want to, force the market to pitch to us. Now, this is not a recommendation at all, but we think Tesla down here below 200 be pretty interesting for a credit put spread. You know, selling a 200, selling a 200 put for like 45 days and maybe taking some of that premium and turning around and buying a put, maybe, you know, you'd have to cost this out down around 185, something like that, maybe a 190, 185. Whatever premium you collect, you want to make sure that it's at least 35, 36% of the width of the option. But we think that would be pretty interesting here. I also think looking at some other stuff, Meta's getting a kind of a dead cat bounce. I'm not, it's okay. We still think GLD, gold, silver, you know, to keep buying shares and someone calls against them, call spreads out 2, 3, 4 months, we think is a pretty good idea. Or interesting, let's say good idea, but interesting idea. Amazon trading at 89 below 90. Same thing, selling a $45 put spread at 90, turning around, taking some of that premium, maybe buying a put down at 80 would be pretty interesting. Maybe a call credit spread or a call, excuse me, call debit spread. Buying a 90 call, turning around, selling 100, 105 out 45 days, something like that. I think that's kind of interesting here. Seasonally, this is for option traders, position traders. Usually the US markets like to run into what we call Thanksgiving. We do have some reason for some catalysts here. If you're thinking like what might be a catalyst for the markets. Yeah, Rob, that's a good entry. Swing Machine Rob is long at 10,935. Let me go take a look at that. 10,935. Gonna just take a look at Swing Machine 10,935. 10,9. Yep. Swing Machine went long at 10,918. So she's got a little up on you. But it looks good. We got the VIX short at 10:55 a.m. in the morning. So we're getting, you know, these markets have a northerly bias to them right now. NASDAQ's probably been the most extreme, so I think we could get a good run. What is the catalyst for the markets to run? We have a midterm election here in the States. I don't, you know, there's, from my point of view, there's not a spit's worth of difference probably between the two parties. But the fact that the election will be over could be beneficial to the market. The market's like frozen government. You know, it's likely the Republicans are going to carry the House, the Conservative Party. Probably going to carry the Senate too. That'd be my guess. But if they split it, I think the market might like that. If it's possible, it's only going to be, well, in another day, you know, I mean, I don't think comes any great surprise, but the president that we have here is going to be the weakest in all respects and maybe the dumbest. No party affiliation, but just, you know, a spade's a spade. Maybe in my lifetime. And so I've been voting since Reagan, but Reagan days in the early 80s. But he's going to be a lame duck. He's a lame duck now. So he's not going to be able to do a damn thing. He's done. I wouldn't be surprised we see him bail out before it's over and done with, which is even a scarier thought. But that'll be over tomorrow. So I think that could be put a little breath into the market. Then on Thursday, the 10th, is it the 10th or Friday? Let me double check. It is the 10th. Yeah, Thursday, there's a CPI number. And I think that's the setup. I think the Fed has always known that. I think I'm inclined to think that CPI number is going here in the States, and it's a manufactured number. I think it's going to show a little pull in on inflation. That's what I'm inclined to think. And if it does, these markets are going to light up. in a big way. And then we roll right into going into the next 2 weeks, the Thanksgiving, where volumes dry up. And historically, they love to put on a squeeze. So I wouldn't be real comfortable being short here on a position basis, much of anything right now. If they couldn't take it down, I mean, they could certainly take it up. We have the VIX coming in. The VIX has come in from 30. It's still trending down even intraday, but it's coming in. And in the skew is showing no concern for a market bottom or a market crash, none at all. To the contrary, the skew on the S&P is showing a rip your face. Our interpretation is a rip your face off rally. So, but what we're doing day in and day out here intraday, none of that really matters. It really doesn't. This strategy will continue to run tomorrow, through all that noise and all the election and all that crap. This should do very, very well actually during that. And one of the reasons why we also wanted to run it. But that's what we're looking at, if that helps anyone. Not a recommendation, right? We don't recommend buy or sell a thing. We're not a broker. We're not a financial advisor by any means. We're just mechanical traders, and try to act as a mentor for those that are interested. Enjoy the rest of the afternoon. Pretty quiet right now. One of the beautiful things about we think strategy trading, mechanically trading, computer trading is that it just makes life easier, and it also makes you a better trader. Is a better trader. I see what you see, right? I see. When we came down here, we had a swing point right here, right? Right here. And where did the 1 minute trade swing machine go long, right? It went long right in here, 37, way up in here, right up in here, right? We watched it. Now, this particular strategy did not catch that trade. Nothing catches everything. And, but it's certainly, we could see this, this oscillation. As soon as you could have waited until it cleared here. But, that's a $1,000 trade, a visual discretionary trade, right? Now, I didn't take it here. And, but this is the sort of thing. If this pulls back, it'll probably end up taking it in and around here, and still will probably make its money. So, our folks, our members, their trading life is spent in the realm of robotic trading, mechanical trading. It goes back and forth and back. And then, then they will probably mix it up a little bit, a day or two or a few trades a day or something in the realm of, discretionary trading. But, probably, 80, 90% of their trading is robotic and or mechanical. And it helps. And their discretionary trading skill helps their mechanical, their robotic trading skill. And it helps them because if the strategies get in trouble, it's no big deal. They can turn it off and then use their discretionary skill and turn around and get back what they need to and keep going. It's when you don't have any discretionary skill, then you put too much expectation on the machine and don't know, it's garbage in, garbage out. Don't really have a feel for what needs to happen. It's just, our stuff is very, very, it's mathematical, but they're sound, they're sound. So any case, beautiful little, and you can see that we're in this big range here, kill zone between 37.17 and up in here, and we're clearing it at 38. And it looks like this market. Now, this will be interesting. Where might the markets go, right? So we have this congestion down here. We could even go down here to 37.05, but let's call it 37, 37.15, so 37.16. We could go up here. This is 38. So we're talking about 80 points. So if we're at 38.14, we're probably going, folks, to 3900, 3905, and we're going there pretty damn quick. And I'm not saying that it's entirely possible with this market that we're going there this afternoon. Rob says, nice push up, almost 100 points up times one mini contract, $2,000. Yeah, beautiful. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, beautiful. This is why we don't, here we don't really need a market high or a market low. We don't even really care about market highs or market lows. We're just range traders. We're just, we're playing between the blue lines. We're trading behind, from range to range to range, more or less. I mean, and we just stay pretty active and stay within our our bank, right? You don't want to over leverage your capital. Stay within yourself, stay patient, stay disciplined, and just keep doing it. And you'll just, get done what you need to get done over time. It's a beautiful thing. We don't fight it. We don't fight the tape. Great way to go. Glad you had a good day, Rob. Chinese stocks have been doing better too. We got December calls on a stock. I don't even know what the hell they do. I know they're Chinese stock, Pinduoduo, PDD. We got those calls when that thing was trading at 47, and we bought $50 calls out to December. Things trading at 62. Snap, we waited till after earnings. We bought calls when that thing was at 750, and we bought I want to say December or January calls at 10, and she's trading at 993. And we picked up some calls on Amazon at 90 out for December 23rd. I think those calls were like $650. I think if I get that right. They may have been, yeah, I don't think they were that much, actually. Meta, I'm not so sure about. Formerly Facebook, trading at 95 on job cuts. Probably, I think it's a pretty good likelihood the thing is going to trade up and over 100. We think GLD, the gold ETF, is putting in some sort of a floor, and we definitely are bullish silver, SLV, or silver futures. If the CPI number is weak on Thursday, those of you in Europe are going to probably see a dollar weakness, which will contribute to a market rally. And I think you'll see your euro continue to rally. Swing machine has been pushing up. I'm not sure where the euro is today. We can take a look, but looks like it may be up and over $1. Well, that's very kind, Rob. Thank you. We're just we're different for sure. I don't know if we're the best, but we're different. I'll put it that way. I hope so. I never wanted to do what everyone else is doing. I just don't. I'm actually bored with it, with all the other stuff, right? I don't know how people can do it. Listen to 2 or 3 guys jawbone about, these option guys, start telling a fundamental story about a company and stuff. I'm just like bored shitless with that noise. I just can't. I don't know how anybody can listen to that. Swing machine is very accurate. It is very good, right? It is very good. We can take and put swing machine on a chart for sure, and have it trade robotically, and you can optimize it. And in fact, we've done that. We've done that for our person who is in the Q school. He wanted to trade the Russell on a 3-minute swing machine, so we programmed it, but he also wanted to trade it between 4 a.m. and 6 a.m. So we looked at it. We took a look. What we call the risk factor. It hadn't yet had a profit factor. We had a risk factor of like 2 to 1. So the run-ups versus the run-downs were running, 2 to 1, which is good. That's nice and healthy. Then we went in, used our tools, used our technology, used our experience to go in and kind of fine tune it. And so I think we got a profit factor of close to, I think, I can't change the screen right now, but I want to say it's like 2.5, maybe a little over 2. And so this thing will, for the rest of this week, will trade between 4 and 6 a.m. And he in essence will be trading the 3-minute on the Russell. And his maximum trade risk for any one trade, I do remember it is $175. 175. The profit target is actually set by the machine. It's $500. That's pretty good, right? So we'll see how he does, right? We'll see how it does, and we'll see how he does, and we'll measure that performance against the back test. But we're just taking small bites with him. Again, trying to explain and expose there is a process, right? There is a process and an approach. There just is. And I wish I could, as I said to this gentleman, I wish I could impart that in a couple of days, but it's just too much. And it takes at least a few weeks to get a pretty good grip on it. And we take all the time that is necessary to get it done. And we work around that person's schedule. It's my commitment to, someone who decides to take it on. It isn't for everyone. We know that, right? And I can't do more than 2. Yeah, I do too. Yeah, I do too. Look forward to it. We're gonna, we do know we were able to validate, but it wasn't running on this morning, but we were able to validate the trades this morning, and there were some really nice, healthy trades. But tomorrow's trades will be live, so we'll document it. And if we do get through, if we get past this election with no violence, which I think we will, I don't think there will be. I don't think the people are that angry yet. Maybe next year. I hope not. I hope not. But I think they are going to be angry, but more angry. But I think if that CPI number comes in on Thursday soft, boy, I think we could be up over 4,000, 4,100 by Friday. It'll be just a smash. And I think it'll be a pain trade to Thanksgiving because nobody's going to want to be short between now and Thanksgiving. And the skew is telling us that too. I hope the skew, I hope we don't get screwed by this skew, because it's at 11, folks. It's at 11. I haven't seen the skew at 11 in years. That's extremely bullish, and for it to be that bullish when we were down in the lows is a huge anomaly and a huge green flag. That the big money, they're like, we're not worried, we're going up. So the other piece to it too is the money managers. Their bonuses have been paid. They got their money in their hands, and now some of the bonuses are tied to assets under management. So they want an up market going into the end of the year. There'll be some tax loss selling some of that, but they want to get off to a good start. So they'll be working the phones and getting people, oh, it's a great buy and all that, and they'll suck it up like a vacuum cleaner. Now, sometimes you need these corrections, even for the Wall Streeters, because when the market's making high highs and it's too high, skew was 150 and we did still go up. Skew was 150. When was skew 150? I don't have the skew at 150. Not now. Oh, you mean a year or two ago? Or months ago? Yeah. Skew, yes. Skew is not a real good timing tool, but it will signal, it will indicate where the big money, where they're gearing up for. So when the skew was at 150, it got to as high as 160. Yes. So skew is got as high. No high skew is anything over 130. We were at 150. We got as high as 160 skew on the way up, and they were still buying call. They were still buying. But that was our indication to know that the big money, as they were going up, what are they doing? They're selling the calls to the speculators, and they were buying puts hand over fist. Now, when the market was down at 3550, 3600, and everyone was bearish, and all the retail crowd are selling their stock and buying their puts, what were the big money doing? They were selling the puts and they were buying calls. Just brutal, just going the other way. Exactly the other way. It's just, it isn't a good timer. It can stay in that position, and it has for a few weeks. So we rely on Nicholas, which is another little timing tool, which is very good. And Nicholas has been long since October 14th and October 7th. No, yeah, October 14th and October 17th. And he's still long. He is still long. And he had a high water mark of about 40 grand, gave up, came back and gave up much of it. And now he's back up over, probably, well, today he'll be up over quite a bit, but he's probably back up 25, 30 grand. These tools that we use too, by the way, these are broad tools, right? We can ratchet them down, or if they're on your desktop, you can ratchet them down. You can set up Swing Machine to play on a 1 minute and not play broadly like we're playing here. And you can have it set with profit targets and stops and do that. We don't, and even Nicholas and some of our other tools, we run these tools broadly so that our members can follow them and understand the broader trend and the broader move. If we had them not tricked up, but if we had them all wrapped up with profit targets and brackets, it'd be really difficult for folks to understand just, why did it fire? What, now we do run, our own, but when we're showing this or showing the videos at night to our members, or, we run them broadly. I hope that makes sense, right? True. We have a 3-step down, Elliot. Elliot Wave. Oh God help you. Yeah. I know Elliot Wave is real popular. I'm not a fan of it though, but good luck. Good luck. The old joke, put 500 people in a conference for a 2-day conference on Elliott Wave, and you'll have on Monday have them all look at a chart and they'll give you 600 answers. I just don't, wave 1, wave 2, subwave this, subwave that. They always seem to have another wave on it, but and to my knowledge, I've never seen anybody program anything out of it. So if I can't program it and I can't run it, I can't back test it and forward test it, then I can't get behind anything. But I'm not going to say that folks don't trade it and trade it well and do well. I won't say that. So I got nothing bad to say about it, but I got nothing good either for us. Never was able to make any sense of it. And I spent some time trying to understand it too, but Take care, Rob. Well, we're going to need to say goodbye to our YouTube friends. Thanks for checking in, and we wish you the best this week. We'll be here doing our thing. Be sure to follow on YouTube for free and Twitter, and reach out if there's any questions, and we'll try to keep you apprised of what we're up to during the week. Sporadically, very occasionally, we will do a little live session to give you a view. We wish everyone the best. Have a great week.